And here we are back in what remains of Edith Finch, as I continue exploring the mystery of this family as Edith finds out all the secrets. Quite a lot, actually, for her to take in, if you think about it. What is she? She's 17, and she's gone back to her family home. Everyone is gone and dead, and well, that's quite the view, isn't it? And yeah, suddenly she's been able to access these rooms that she never saw before and find out all these stories around the deaths of her relatives. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. No, it's really quite beautiful, this game. Both to look at and, yeah, kind of on an emotional level. As I say, it's more of a drama than anything else. A fantastical drama, would that be a good way of describing it? But anyway, before I get too philosophical and deep in thought, let's have a look through this telescope. So,
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Ah. What did she dream? Do I have to... do something? Ah. For some reason I thought something was going to happen. But no, that's it. So I guess the only thing to do is go back to the house. So we're not quite right out in the middle of the sticks. There is a town of some sort over there, just under the moon. Yeah. The old house. Anyway, I think it's time
Edie's
to
side
get
was
out.
always easier for me to understand.
Edie's side of the story. Oh wait, this is a different pathway, isn't it? A different part of the graveyard.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory, Sam and Gus. Yeah, so I see he died in 83. Would that have been in Vietnam? Maybe? Is Vietnam still going on in 83? No. I don't know. Or maybe in some other, whatever other war was going on then.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis again with the crown. Oh no, that was Milton.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Ah, the brush, the paintbrush, yeah, again referencing the unfinished swan. I thought that was Milton's crown, but this is different. Lewis has a different kind of crown, kind of Eastern style, right? Something. And Sanjay, I think, is the father. So he died as well. Bloody hell, this poor family. I mean, no wonder you'd think you were cursed.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
So, the key, I can't remember what she said at the start now. She said the mum left her the key. So yeah, so the mum must have just died. And in the will, all she left was the key. That's what brought her back.
But looking back on it now,
this is where we came up to as the cat, as Molly's cat adventure.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, this does not seem a good idea when pregnant. Yeah. So that's what I was hinting at, which I'm sure you noticed at the beginning, that looking down, you can see her pregnant belly. 22 weeks, so what is that in months? I can't quite brain that. Of the American flag. So yeah, all of this is Edith talking to her child. Ah, there's a ladder. Okay.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh, is this Grandpa Sam's room as an adult? Nice little barbecue setup. What is that? Milk bottles? Oh, it's bird feeders. I guess that's a way to do it. So yeah, she's 17 and pregnant and with no family. That's a tough situation.
They were both pretty intense.
Ah.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Oh, so was he like not necessarily, maybe moved from in the army to being kind of war correspondent or something? US Marines? So yeah, what about his family though? Let's see.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
He's gone. Oh,
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
oh, I have to get another
What?
shot of her.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
So what do I need to get a picture of? Ah, it's
I
the
will never
pelican.
forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
too.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Huh?
Nothing quite like being outside. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I could cut.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa
Fish.
Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Oh,
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
so is he just there with his
Give me a
daughter?
minute to check the map.
Poems.
Let's see.
I need to get another shot of him.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Maybe.
What else can I photograph? Some foliage. Trees. Ah, what is that? A stick? A cane of some sort? Ah, oh, a bird.
Good eyes, Don.
Nice. Oh, look. A deer. Nice.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
What,
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
yeah, don't kill the deer. It's just minding its own business. Living its best life.
Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Great shot, Don!
Aw. Oh dear. How to traumatize a child.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that,
Oh.
okay?
Oh, that's weird. I'm controlling him. Oh, that's really... That feels really odd.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Ah. So... I need to... then run up there. Can I get there? In time?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh! That's what you get for hunting. Some karma.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wonder why. So we do seem to actually be going through the family kind of in order. I think, who was the first one? It was Molly, wasn't it? Molly, Barbara... No, it's Molly, Calvin, Barbara, Odin, Walter. Yeah. So Dawn, Gus, and Gregory, I guess, next. So Kay... Yeah, so Kay and Sam. Oh, so of course Dawn is the daughter of Sam. Of course she is. Right. So what happened? So yeah, she lost both of her siblings. Looks like there's a doorway there, but let's have a look. Is this room sealed?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah. Yeah, this room is sealed as well, and also has the peephole. So is this a bit of taxidermy, as you do. And Kay. Was Kay his wife? How did she die? Or did she die? Difficult to tell. So yeah, I think probably on the second floor now, maybe. Let's see where this leads exactly. Yeah, that's the money shot. Another passage.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Toys. This looks like another child's bedroom. Gregory, is that? Look. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. A big kid's bedroom. Another cool room. Such a shame these rooms didn't get reused and they just became monuments. What is this about Sam? Oh, wait. Divorce contract. So I can't really read that.
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
And here we are with Gregory.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Now, unfortunately, the way this sequence should play out is there is music. The Waltz of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky. But but I got a copyright claim from YouTube, and so it seems I cannot.
It's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Yeah, so I cannot use that music.
I don't want to talk right now.
And
what he saw.
So yeah, it does take, it really honestly takes quite a lot away from this sequence not having that music, because it's just pretty wonderful
What
actually.
his world was like. He reminded me so much of Cannery. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
I get the whale. So yeah, unfortunately no music is allowed. I don't know why. I mean, who owns Tchaikovsky's music these days? I would have thought that would be fair use by now. I don't know who lays claim to that and why that is blocked. And yet the music for the game itself, the soundtrack, is fine. It's really odd sometimes how it works. But yeah, so I've had to come back and re-record this.
Sure made him happy.
Without that music. I suppose you could go and find the piece on another YouTube video and play it in the background as I go through this sequence. Actually, I highly recommend you do that. The Waltz of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky. It pretty much starts as I start moving the frog here as Gregory, because it's a really playful, wonderful piece that really fits with this sequence. Can I jump up? There I go.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy.
I'm actually genuinely bummed out by that, because
Slipping away.
the music just really makes this
Sorry about
sequence.
that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh, I can still move. I thought I'd stopped being able to move. Oh, onto
I wish he
the...
could have told us about the world he saw.
Gregory's world. Full of music. Music not permitted.
Gee, there's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Yeah. I can't remember what...
I know what happened wasn't your fault.
This is where the music hits its crescendo. Oh, yeah. This bit, definitely.
I'm sure he's happy.
And down we go.
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
So he divorced her. Did he divorce her? Did she divorce him? So I guess at least Kay isn't dead. There is that. So they all had... Oh, he did it sort of like military, didn't he? The three kids. Teamwork. Respect. Strength. They all had their lockers. And of course, Dawn grew up.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Ah. So Gus, he died young as well. So did they have to sort of carry on living in this room as children with that shrine there to their dead baby brother? I guess they did. That's probably my way up, but let's see what happened to Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard. Before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, nice. I see, that's what those totems were about. Maybe?
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Ah, so Sam was getting married again. Oh. More
When the time for
totems.
photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah. He's not happy.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Storms are coming. So? I need to look over here. Again. Not entirely sure what I need to do. Do I keep spinning around? Is that what it wants? Oh! Okay.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Destroy the tent. Okay. It's like that game where you used to gather all the objects together. What is it called? Something like your Cannery or something?
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I think I know what's going to happen. Playing with a kite in thunder doesn't seem the best idea. Anything else? Oh. No. Slowing down. Oh!
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
So did he get left on the beach in the storm because he was upset about the new
She never
wedding?
talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So that's all the family so far. Though I haven't had Edie's sketch. Did I miss something in her room? I don't think I did. I hope I haven't missed anything. No, the story of Edie must be somewhere else. Raise flag 7:30 AM, breakfast 8, quiet time 11, dawn sweep trash, gas mop yard, Greg be a baby. Routine jump rope 100 times, jumping jacks 150, push-ups 100, crunchies 100, run to mailbox and back. Wow, he certainly worked them hard. We had a skateboard there. It's 9:30, unless that clock stopped. Is that plans of the house? Oh, it's the fire escape route, isn't it? The evacuation plan. House rules: no playing outside without permission, no answering door for strangers, no messes after dark, all chores before dark, respect others. Okay. Run a tight ship.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Wow. Like each time one of them dies, yeah, it just becomes a monument. She's kind of religious.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Dawn and Sanjay. Okay. So she went travelling in India, where helping hands create safe places. Oh, so she maybe did some volunteering there. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. Fly to India, yeah.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
But his grave was outside as well, right, Sanjay? Guess I'm going outside.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Cool.
Lewis was born a year later.
Wow, getting into the upper parts of the house. Oh, look. A tower. A mini tower, and then a big tower.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
So that's why.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh, Edith. They each had their garden.
And to see kids in the house again.
Yeah, again, another unfinished Swan reference. Paint pots. Well, no, they're plant pots, but they kind of look like paint pots. With the... Yeah, that had its own tower, didn't it, in the game? I think I'd quite like to replay that as well, actually.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
We couldn't just use the existing rooms, of course.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
So homeschooled. This was their... Wait, we've got lights on now. Did this have its own power source up here? I thought she said the power had been disconnected. Barbara, Molly. So what was she trying to figure out with this? These are all the names of those lost. Lewis rules. Oh, I have family history, fact or fiction. Okay. Back then she was trying to figure it out.
But it didn't last.
Classification of living things. Plant, animal, fungus, protus, monoran. Huh. I'm learning something. That's all about Edith Finch, the myth, the curse. This is a great room. Well, like many of them are. Can I activate this? No, I don't suppose I can. To teach and to learn, Dawn Finch. I keep reading that as a glance as Dawn French, the English comedian. What happened to her? Does she still do stuff? And there they are, with the father, all of them. Yeah, Lewis has got... No, not Lewis, Milton has got his little crown on. Cool. So, off we go. Oh!
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Ah. Another locked room.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Can I go in here? Is there a way in? No. Oh look, the little crown and a mustache. Is there a way in here? Ah, yes. Through the window. Yeah. Again, this is all unfinished Swan stuff. Yeah, these are all parts of that game. One of the levels, I think. Can I go up? Oh, is that him? The tower. Milton Finch.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
So? Ah! No, wait, how do I... Ah! No, how do I do it? That's what happened to him.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So what was he? He was the, he was the second brother. Okay. So now... Oh, it looks like there's a boat over there. Yeah. I guess I can continue going up. But first, I need to go down.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Again, another cool room.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
It seems like it's getting lighter. Yeah, so how
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
How is the power getting up here? And why was there no power in the rest of the house? Maybe a separate generator for this part of the house?
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the Cannery.
Is this Lewis's? Yeah, I think this might be Lewis's room. A boat on the roof of a house. Cool spot.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yep. He had a specific interest. Oh, a hookah pipe. Played some video games. What console did he have?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Could potentially be like me. Well, at certain games. It depends on the game. A Wonderland Turbo. Sort of looks like a combination of the PlayStation and the N64, sort of. Some nice psychedelic posters. What's that in that box? I can't quite read that. I can't tell what that says. Something like... Oh, cigars, is it? Yeah. So this... Got a computer. Got a pretty nice setup up here. Not bad. And his locker contents.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the Cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Yes. So I control the arm of the Cannery with my with the right analog stick, and then this character in the
I
overhead
asked him to
view.
describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
I need to move the fish, otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. In a fantasy world.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Toads.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
It's getting more detailed. Much more detailed.
But he found something more.
Now it's isometric. Wow. Can I even go back? No.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the Cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Wow.
Like a whole new Lewis.
Escaped into his fantasy world.
So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
It's growing.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Man's best friend. It's getting more elaborate.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Ah,
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Getting the posse going.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
The sound of the fish is getting quieter. The guillotine is fading away.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Wait for me to speed up the ship. No. A handsome queen or beautiful prince? Here we go for handsome queen.
Handsome queen.
She's very handsome, yes, but hardly 25. Something interesting about using the word handsome to describe a woman. No one can do it quite like Kirk. If there's a way to speed up the boat.
The queen was on her own quest for...
I should be pushing up. I was just... radiant rainbows. Let's go with radiant rainbows. I realised I should have been pushing it up rather than just steering. Oh. I need to guide myself through them. This is getting a little tricky.
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp, electric sitar. Let's go with that.
electric sitar.
Sitar. Sorry, sitar. Nice.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Okay.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, now we're fully immersed, aren't we?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh, wow.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Slowness. Oh. Oh no, that's the door. The Cannery. Wow. Seems like pretty
Began to forget
grim.
the world we know.
Pretty grim place to work.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh, there he is.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Just on autopilot. Am I going up here?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Molly. Molly the cat.
his queen waited, holding his crown.
Quite the fantasy.
There was only one thing left to do.
What is the one thing left to do? Oh.
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My sincerest condolences.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Ah. I don't know why that hits really hard. Just the way she said that. My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. Ah, yeah. That's really sad. He must have... Wow, that's a hell of a way to go. With the guillotine in the cannery that he was using day in, day out. And he escaped full time into his fantasy. Wow. Yeah. That's an incredible sequence, actually. Absolutely incredible. Just the growth of the fantasy world from something really simple, top down, to gradually expanding in more detail. Yeah.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Yeah. And that's my exit, which I think I need a moment after that, and to continue in the next video. Yeah, need to digest all of that incredible sequence. Incredible. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and do come join me for the next part of What Remains of Edith Finch. Take a look at the moon for a moment before continuing up, to the upper part of the house. I think potentially the last part of the house. Yeah. So. Oh, we're going out again. If I look at it, she goes there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care and see you very soon. Bye bye for now.